Hey guys, MotoViking82 here, back with the next part of my CD collection. This is actually take 2 of this, right in the middle of everything, literally right in the middle of showing off this next selection of stuff. I got a fucking phone call. So yeah, now I had to start all over again, so I'm just going to jump right into it here. I've got probably 2 more shelves to go after these next couple videos, and I'll have the first rack down, so we're making some progress here, people. Alright. First off, we have Arceus with A Celebration of Guilt. Really good stuff. This is We Are the Nightmare. I believe this is the, 2-disc edition with a bonus DVD with the making of and behind the scenes stuff. So, you know what, I got to think, I don't think I've ever actually watched that. I'll have to get around to that at some point. Then we have one of my personal favorites, Starve for the Devil. And their last album, Unwelcome. Sorry for the glare, just trying to get the lighting right here. It's nighttime, and for some reason the lighting in here has changed because it's nighttime. And again, thin-ass digipack. Fucking hate those things. I really wish labels would quit doing that. Next, we got some more melodic death metal goodness here. Dark Tranquility, Sky Dancer of Chaos and Eternal Night. This is The Gallery. The Mind's Eye. Projector. Haven, which I know there are a lot of people that I've talked to that really don't like this album, but I don't know, it grew on me. I really enjoy this one. This is actually one of my favorite Dark Tranquility albums. Next we have Damage Done and Character. This is Fiction. Into the Void, or We Are the Void. For some reason I was thinking Into the Void for whatever reason. I don't know why. Sorry about that. This is We Are the Void. There we go. And the lead-off track, A Shadow in Our Blood. Fucking amazing song. I actually let a friend of mine who I was trying to get into metal a little bit more, and he heard that song and he absolutely loved it, and he really loves this album. And their latest one, well, not their latest one, the last one that I have, Construct. Next up, Ceremonial Oath, The Book of Truth. Fucking classic album, in my opinion. If you've never heard this band, they're a melodic death metal band that Oscar Droniak, from the guitarist from Hammerfall. This is his band before he formed Hammerfall, and actually he has one other band that he did that I know of. They also play melodic death metal called Crystal Age, and in fact, you can actually see him hiding back there. Yeah, he does guitars and vocals in both bands. Really good stuff. I was really happy this finally got reissued. Has a second disc that has all the demos on it, and they were very smart with this reissue in that they made the first disc just the album, second disc all the demos. If they'd attacked them all onto that, I'd have been really pissed. Pass the Possession, Promises in Blood. And their follow-up, The End of the Hour, which I think is actually a better album than that one. I don't know, something about that first album just really, I don't know, it just kind of seems like it takes forever to get over with. It just kind of drags a little bit, but this one I actually think is really good. We have Thine Eyes Bleed, self-titled. And the follow-up, In the Wake of Separation. They actually have one other album that was self-released. And, yeah, they're not signed to anybody. So I don't know if or when I'll be able to get that other album. But I really would like to get it. And we have The Soulless, Isolated. And World Under Blood, Tactical. This is a band featuring Tim Young from Divine Heresy. And, well, I don't know if he's still in Morbid Angel, but he was in Morbid Angel on that abomination of an album that they released not long ago. Really great drummer, in my opinion. Night Rage, Sweet Vengeance. And Descent into Chaos. Now, this one and the previous one featured, God, what the hell is it? Thomas Lindbergh's, God, I'm having a brain fart tonight. But from At the Gates, this is one of the many bands that he was in. And then we have Insidious, Cronian, This is Terra. And their latest one, which is entitled Erathims. Which, if you've never heard this band or anything about them, they're basically a side project of Ivar Bjornsson from Enslaved and Vintersorg. It's just the two of them. So if you like newer Borknagar and Enslaved, then you should probably enjoy that as well. Speaking of Vintersorg, he is one of my favorite artists around. After I heard the debut, or not the debut, God. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I finally got over having a headache, so I'm very good. But as soon as I heard the lead-off track to his debut EP, which is this right here, Hednist Jarta, for all my Scandinavian viewers and friends out there, I'm sorry if I butchered that. I know I am. I'm just an American. I'm sorry. But, yeah. Lead-off track on here, Norland. Fucking amazing song. You've got to check out his early stuff if you've never heard any Vintersorg. His later stuff is alright. But you can't beat the first 4 albums, in my opinion. Then we have Til Fjels, Erden Morkenson, Cosmic Genesis, which, track 3 off here, A Dialogue with the Stars, was the second song that I ever heard from Vintersorg, and that right there, as soon as I heard that, it just sealed it for me. I was a fan of his from the moment I heard that. This is The Focusing Blur. Jord Pulse. Really cool album cover. Orkan. And Naturball. Borknagar. Self-titled. The Olden Domain. Quintessence, which this is actually the first album I ever heard from Borknagar. I heard the song Colossus, and just hearing ICS Vortex's vocals on this, I mean, I was just like, wow, I've got to check the rest of that out. Love this album, and I started checking out the rest of it, and just really, really good stuff. Empiricism. And the last one that I have is Epic. I really need to complete my Borknagar collection here at some point. Next up, we have Enslaved with Vikinger Velde and Nordensland. Again, sorry, I know I butchered that to shit, but what can you do? Frost. Eld. And actually, this cover was all I could ever remember about Enslaved when I was first heard about them. I just remembered this album cover. Whenever I would think of Enslaved, I just pictured that album cover. Blodhem. This is Monumention. Isa. This one is upside down. Brun. We have Vertebrae. Axioma Ethica Odine. We have Retier, the 2-disc version. And their latest album, In Times. Really good stuff. Love that album. Next up, got another one of my favorite bands. We have Hypocrisy with Penetralia. And Osculum Obscenum. Abducted. Sorry about that. The Fourth Dimension. This is the final chapter, which we all know was not the final chapter. This is Hypocrisy Destroys Vakken. And my introduction to the band, Into the Abyss. The last song on here, Death Row, No Regrets. Love, love, love that song. Probably my favorite song from this album. And the next one, I know a lot of people hate this album, and I don't understand why, but I absolutely love this album. This is The Arrival. I don't know. I really love this album. It's one of my favorite Hypocrisy albums. I don't see why people hate it so much. And we have Virus. The Catch-22 re-recording. A Taste of Extreme Divinity. And their latest release, End of Disclosure. Really good album in my opinion. Opeth with Orchid. This is Morning Rise. Still Rise. Little slip case. And of course, probably my all-time favorite, My Arms, Your Hearse. Fucking love this album. The intro to this album, Prologue and April Ethereal, just that whole transition, I just absolutely love it. And I love the fact that, if I remember right from what I read, Michael Ackerfeld actually had a cold when he was recording the vocals for that album, and it just made his voice, his growls, and just sound that much more, you know, I love it. We have Blackwater Park, slipcase, 2-disc edition. We have Deliverance and Damnation. We have the Roundhouse tapes. This is Ghost Reveries. Sorry, having a problem stacking stuff here. And Watershed. Then we get into their kind of, I don't want to say controversial, but, you know, material. Then we have Heritage, which this took a little while to grow on me, but I really did enjoy this. This one, not so much. The Pale Communion, Jesus. Shows you how much I really like this album if I can't remember the goddamn name. And the last ones for this particular version, or should I say section. I'm so sorry, guys. I am just having one of those nights. Bloodbath, Breeding Death. Great EP. Love this band. The last song on here, Furnace Funeral. That was the first song I ever heard from them, and I absolutely love it. This is Resurrection Through Carnage, which is, I'm not real big on that one, but this one, Nightmares Made Flesh with Peter Tägtgren on vocals. Great, great album in my opinion. The classic song off here, Eaten. Gotta love it. This is The Vakken Carnage, slip case and a super jewel case here. And we have The Fathomless Mastery. Comes in this little book here. And of course their latest one, which is a fucking killer album. Grand Morbid Funeral. Nick Holmes, holy shit, he did an amazing job on this album. I absolutely love this album. They couldn't have picked a better vocalist to replace both Peter and Michael in my opinion. So yeah, that is it for this particular part of my collection. Thanks a lot for those of you who watch and subscribe, and until next time, stay brutal.